All right, folks, look, Donald Trump just had another one of his disaster press conferences while on Air Force One today. He was asked about a variety of topics, from his MRI exam, of which he still won't release the results, to the war crimes that he and Pete Hegseth are being accused of. And for all of it, across the board, he doesn't have an answer. Not a good one, at least. He goes on his rant and he does the weave, as he'd like to call it, which normal people call cognitive decline. But nonetheless, there's some clips I want to show you that we have to talk about that you're going to want to see. Before I do any of that, make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. I really appreciate the support. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about all these clips, this story. And without further ado, let's start here, where Donald Trump was asked by a reporter, rightly so, can you talk a little bit about the strikes and controversy around Hegseth? And Donald Trump claimed ignorance. He claims he has no idea what's going on, and he has no idea what Hegseth is being accused of or what he and Hegseth are being investigated for. Just take a look. Oh, okay. So it's a little hard to hear what Donald Trump is saying and what the reporter is saying. Thankfully, we have it written out. But he says, I don't know anything about it. He said he did not say that, as in Pete Hegseth did not give the verbal order to kill them all. Later, Donald Trump said he wouldn't want the second strike. That is really at the center of this controversy, aside from the very concerning order that Pete Hegseth gave. And the reporter follows up with, you don't know if there was a second strike? Trump said he didn't do it. Reporter said, would you be okay with that if he did? Trump said he didn't do it, so I don't have to make that decision. Great. I'm glad that the president of the United States is just so out of the loop that he doesn't know what's going on with his own administration, or regime, which is a better word to describe it. He doesn't know what's going on with his own regime. This has been extensively reported on by the Washington Post. It's something that Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth have bragged about. It's something that Pete Hegseth hasn't denied. He hasn't denied that there were two survivors that they double tapped. They sent another strike to eliminate their survivors, which are protected under international law. Pete Hegseth has not denied that, yet Donald Trump says, I don't know anything about it. If this isn't further proof that Trump is not really the one leading the country, and it's Stephen Miller, it's Hegseth, it's Susie Wiles, it's all these people behind the scenes, then I don't know what is. Trump is completely out of the loop. He has no idea what's going on. And it seems like maybe he's even laying the foundation to throw Hegseth under the bus. I mean, later in a separate clip, which you don't need to see, the less of Donald Trump, the better, he said, of course, I wouldn't be okay with a second strike if it were true. He's still questioning the validity of the story. And Pete Hegseth so far has doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on his order. Just today at 7:37 p.m., the post has already gone viral, has 1 million views. Pete Hegseth posted, for your Christmas wish list, and it's Franklin targets narco terrorists. So he's kind of mocking. This is the image if you want to see the full version. He's mocking people who are upset about this story, upset about him committing war crimes, which not only subject him to criminal prosecution, but people down the chain, people that he works with. He just doesn't care. There's no empathy. There's no care for other people. Of course, coming from Pete Hegseth, there's no concern that he likely committed a crime. Right? And he's just mocking people. It's like the meme administration. It's all they do. Let's move on to the next clip, where Donald Trump was asked about Governor Tim Walz calling for the release of his MRI results. And this exchange is just so awful for Donald Trump because, again, he's pleading ignorance. He doesn't know what the MRI was for, but just take a look.
They asked about my MRI. MRIs are very...
Governor Walz asked you to release the MRI.
So can you tell us what it was
Governor
for?
Walz, you mean the incompetent governor? So if they want to release it, it's okay with me to release it. It's perfect.
What were they
It's like
looking
my
for?
phone call where I got impeached. It's absolutely perfect. So if you want to hear about it, or if you want to release it, you want to have it released.
Yes,
News Nation, failing News Nation. News Nation is doing lousy, by the way. But if you want to have it released, I'll release it.
Can you tell us what they were looking at?
For what, releasing?
No. What part of your body was the MRI looking
I
at?
have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain, because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing.
like he just constantly attacks reporters who are asking him valid questions. I mean, this reporter right here was asking, like, what part of your body was the MRI on? I think the people deserve to know. He says, I don't know. And I passed a cognitive test. It wasn't my brain because I passed a cognitive test that you would not even be able to get close to. And this exchange is just so insane. He said the MRI was perfect, like my phone call when I got impeached. He is still very upset about that. The reporter asked, can you tell us what they were looking at? And Trump said, for what? Releasing? Like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy. She said, no, what part of the body was the MRI looking at? He said, I have no idea. What? Yeah, totally believable that Donald Trump has no idea what part of his body they did an MRI exam on. You know, MRIs are not like a full body thing. Like, I don't know if Donald Trump knows that, but MRIs are not a full body thing. They're looking at a specific part of your body to get a deeper look. That's what MRIs are for. So they can look at your spine, they can look at your brain, whatever, right? You get it. Donald Trump is now claiming that during the MRI of which he's sitting there and they're conducting the exam, he just has no idea what's going on. So either he's somewhat admitting to his cognitive decline or he's lying or both. I mean, you know, I think both might be a very easy answer, but he clearly does not want to talk about the MRI no matter how much he's asked about it. Now, the final video I want to show you is in relation to this Truth Social post that Donald Trump put out, where he offered a full and complete pardon to former president of Honduras, Juan Orlando Hernandez, who has been sentenced to over 40 years in prison in the United States for drug trafficking. This is the kind of guy that Donald Trump wants to pardon. And a reporter asked him, can you explain why you pardon somebody who is a notorious drug trafficker? And he said, he says, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a constant theme tonight. Again, it's kind of hard to hear in the clip, but we will go over the transcript regardless. Take a look.
It's so clear how you want to keep drugs out of the U.S. Can you explain more about why you can pardon a notorious drug trafficker?
Well, I don't know who you're talking about. Which
Juan Orlando Hernandez.
Well, I was told, I was asked by Honduras, many of the people of Honduras, they said it was a Biden setup. Not only Biden, but Biden didn't do it a lot. But it was the people that surround the Resolute desk, surround Biden when he was there, which was about very little time. And the people of Honduras really thought he was set up, and it was a terrible thing. He was the president of the country, and they basically said he was a drug dealer because he was the president of the country. And they said it was a Biden administration setup. And I looked at the facts, and I agree with that.
What evidence did you share that he was set up when he wasn't?
Well, you take a look. I mean, they could say that you take any country you want. If somebody sells drugs in that country, that doesn't mean you arrest the president and put him in jail for the rest of his life.
Okay, so this guy, the former president of Honduras, Juan Orlando Hernandez, is caught at the center of a major drug trafficking ring, specifically bringing illicit substances into the United States to hurt Americans, right? It's something that Donald Trump has talked about, being against bringing illicit substances in the United States because it hurts Americans. And Donald Trump says it's a Biden setup. He's convicted of all of these different crimes. The evidence is overwhelming. He was extradited to the United States for this very purpose because the evidence was so overwhelming. And Donald Trump calls it a Biden setup. Do they have a deal or something? Like I'm trying to think about the motivation for Donald Trump here. Does he have a deal with Juan Orlando Hernandez? Is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Is there a connection between Trump and this guy? It is so random that out of nowhere, he just picks this awful person who's committed significant crimes against people in this country. He's like, yeah, I'm going to pardon this guy. I don't know. It's completely asinine, but it's you know, Donald Trump's America, where crime goes. If you're a supporter of him and you commit serious crimes, well, consider yourself a free person. I mean, we're looking at it with Ghislaine Maxwell, right? She's going to get a pardon from Donald Trump. But regardless, this was Trump's press conference. Just complete incompetence. He you know, I mean, what else do we expect from Donald Trump? That is what he is, completely incompetent.